If you feel behind in life, you are not behind reality. You are behind your own expectations. Not because your goals are wrong, but because your timeline was borrowed from others, measured by illusions, not by law. And now you sit in silence, judging your progress by shadows that were never yours. But hear me, this is the hour you must stop, because every day you compare, you delay. Every day you say, I should be further, you kill the very strength that would have carried you forward. You are not behind in life. You are simply overdue for obedience, and once you obey the right voice, everything will begin to shift. You must understand what is at stake. This is not just your frustration. It is your family's future. Your children will not inherit what you intended. They will inherit what you tolerated. If you delay, they will pay. If you drift, they will suffer. If you excuse yourself, they will carry your regret. But if you listen now, truly listen, and obey the instruction in this speech, everything changes. Your family will be protected. Your finances will rise. Your children will witness a man who finishes what he begins. And your house will be built on faith, not fear. Because every idea you hear in the next hour has power. But you must choose what to do with it. You can reject it. You can dismiss it, or you can examine it. And if it will benefit you, you must act on it. Whether it feels familiar or not, stop asking. Does this sound like what I already believe? That is not the question. The only question is, will this idea improve my life? If yes, implement it immediately, because delay is betrayal. And the man who delays the truth invites defeat. If you do not listen with full attention, you may stay trapped another year. But if you let these ideas pass into your mind and act upon them with decision, you will never again feel behind. You will be ahead of your former self, and that is all that matters. Now listen like your life depends on it, because it does. Listen like your children depend on it, because they do. Listen with the intent to transform, and let this be the last day you ever apologize to yourself for where you are. Let us begin. Introduction. The clock is lying to you, so you believe you're behind. Behind what? Behind whom? I say you are behind nothing but your own imagination. The world did not vote you late. There is no universal clock keeping score. There is only the rhythm of your mind, and that rhythm can change the hour at once. The moment you choose definiteness, the clock obeys you. What men call late, infinite intelligence calls unready. The universe does not reward you for moving on time. It rewards you for moving with faith. The only timeline that matters is the one written in decision, backed by belief, and made real through immediate action. The world has taught you to compare, to measure your progress by numbers, by birthdays, by titles, by other men's illusions. But let me tell you plainly, comparison is the thief of faith. You were not born to match a man. You were born to master your own direction. Every man has an hour where his mind awakens. That hour may come at 16. It may come at 60. But when it comes, that is when life truly begins. Not before, not by luck, but the moment you say, this is the direction I shall go, and I shall not turn back. You are not late. You are idle. The minutes have not betrayed you. The years have not cursed you. You simply have not chosen, clearly, emotionally, and persistently. And because you have not commanded your purpose, time has not revealed your reward. It is not time you lack. It is motion. It is intention. It is faith mixed with decision, and decision mixed with action. And I say again, the world does not obey age. It obeys definiteness. Set your foot on your path, and everything that seemed late will arrive right on schedule. Consider my own journey. I was not born a writer. I did not begin with clarity. I wandered. I doubted. I waited. For years I walked through delay and obscurity. But the day I accepted Andrew Carnegie's challenge to devote my life to organizing the philosophy of success, I began to command time. It took me over 20 years to refine the laws of success, and still I battled doubt. I struggled financially. I lived in the shadows. But I tell you, every step, every delay, every detour, it was the price of preparation. And preparation is never wasted when it is moved by purpose. You must understand the law. When the mind is definite, the universe reorganizes. When thought is sustained by purpose, time must yield. You create your moment. You choose your beginning. You determine when life will start to reward you. And that power lies in thought backed by belief. The only force that makes you feel behind is drift. Drift is the silent current that pulls men away from their purpose. Drift looks like delay. It looks like indecision. It feels like stagnation. But it is not time that has failed you. It is your refusal to plant a definite command in your mind. In Outwitting the Devil, I explained that drift is the devil's most potent weapon. It feeds on comparison, on fear of criticism, on false timelines, and on the belief that purpose must arrive when the world approves. But the truth is, you stop drifting the day you begin deciding. You may not have chosen the years that have passed, but you can choose the hour that begins now. And this hour, if filled with purpose, can redeem the years that felt lost. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are simply standing still until this moment. Write this upon your mind. I am not late. I am deciding now. What I create with definiteness, I create on time. My hour is chosen by my mind, not by the world. These are not affirmations for inspiration. They are mental commands. And if you repeat them daily with intensity, with emotion, with faith, they will become the new rhythm of your life. And that rhythm will bring you into harmony with everything you once thought was too late. Do not argue with the clock. Command it. Do not debate with time. Transcend it. You were not born to be governed by seconds. You were born to direct them. And you do this not by effort alone, but by clarity of aim, mixed with belief, enforced by action. You will see other men who seem ahead. Let them run. You are not racing against them. You are racing against your own drift. You are defeating your own hesitation. And if you win that battle, you will never again feel behind. Let the clock say what it will. Let the world declare its calendar. But let your mind say, this is the moment I begin. That moment is today. That hour is now. And your reward will match the definiteness with which you command it. Now shall we continue? Let the next part begin. For your future is already waiting for your decision. Part 1. No one is coming to rescue you. You wait for a hand. You wait for someone to call your name. You wait for permission. But I tell you now, no one is coming. Not because they do not care, but because it is not their role. The laws of success were not built for handouts. They were built for the man who awakens himself. Every man must arrive at the hour when he ceases to blame, ceases to expect, and ceases to ask, why not me? He begins instead to say, if it is to be, it is up to me. And that moment, though silent, is thunderous, because when a man takes full responsibility, the law begins to serve him. You believe you need saving, but you do not need saving. You need awareness. You need to see that the ladder you keep waiting to be lowered from the sky was always beneath your feet. And you climb it not with hope, but with habit. No title, no family, no friend, no employer, no system owes you success. Success does not care who your father was. It does not ask where you came from. It looks only for one thing, the man who has built within himself the capacity to receive it. I tell you this with absolute certainty. No one will do your becoming for you. No man will wake up your mind. No man will shape your belief. No man will persist in your place. The tools have been placed before you, and now you must use them. Let me remind you of the great Abraham Lincoln, raised in obscurity, mocked for his manner, defeated in elections time and again. He had every reason to fold, but no rescuer appeared. He became his own. He decided, if the cause is mine, the decision is mine also. Think of Edison. He did not wait for science to agree. He did not beg the professors to validate him. He dared to light the world through unreasoned belief. And it was only when he moved without applause, without rescue, without evidence, that the results began to obey him. The world celebrates results, but it forgets the roots. Those roots are built through personal initiative. It is one of the greatest principles in the law of success. The man who begins, who solves, who pushes, who starts even without perfect plans, he becomes the magnet of opportunity. Your redemption, your comeback, your rise is not found in rescue. It is found in initiative. You must say aloud, "This day I begin." And that declaration must be made each morning until your actions become too powerful to be ignored. Let it be known, the only one who can stop my delay is me, not the job, not the town, not the past, not the family, not the economy, not the missed opportunity, only you. And the moment you accept this truth, you cease to beg. You begin to build. Yes, temporary defeat may have come. I know it well. I have tasted it. I have walked it. I have feared it. But hear me when I tell you, temporary defeat is not permanent failure. It is merely life asking, "Are you sure?" And if your answer is yes, you must rise again. There is no honor in waiting. There is no reward for indecision. The universe has given you one supreme gift, your mind. And it is through your mind, through your thought, through your daily mental command that you rescue your own future. Stop waiting to be invited. Invite yourself. Stop waiting for reassurance. Reassure yourself. Speak aloud the words that will form your new rhythm. I do not drift. I command my direction. I obey my purpose. There is a voice inside of you that has been whispering, "More is possible," but you have drowned it with noise. You have postponed it with comfort. You have told it to wait until the world notices. But the world will notice only after you decide to never wait again. Let us be clear. The only delay you suffer from is internal. You are not behind the man beside you. You are behind the man within you. And that man is waiting for your permission to emerge. So here is the command. This day I begin. Say it until it replaces your doubt. Say it until it makes you rise without hesitation. Say it until your actions match your desires, and your life begins to obey your instruction. No one will choose for you. But the moment you choose for yourself, the entire law of success begins to bend in your direction. Why? Because life does not reward wishes. It rewards definiteness. And that definiteness starts not with luck, but with your first personal decision to act. So stand up, begin, no more waiting, no more whispers. Say it aloud again. This day I begin. This day I reject excuses. This day I stop waiting for someone else to make me who I am. Because the man who is behind in life only needs one day of obedience to begin catching up. And that day is today. Part 2. Delay is a seed, not a curse. Most men believe delay is failure, but delay is not rejection. It is refinement. It is preparation. It is the classroom of those chosen to carry weight. Life does not withhold from you to hurt you. It withholds to prepare you to hold what you once could not bear. What you call wasted time was not waste at all. It was spiritual soil. You were being rooted, not ruined, and the deeper the root, the greater the structure. Delay is not punishment. It is permission to become stronger than your former self. Think of the seed. It does not sprout on command. It does not care for deadlines or comparison. It waits for the soil to warm. It waits for the light to reach it. And then, without apology, it breaks open. So must you. Your delay is not death, it is dormancy. In Outwitting the Devil, I taught that with every adversity there comes the seed of an equal or greater benefit. But few see the seed because they curse the soil. They pray for the bloom without blessing the darkness. They want fruit without fire. But listen to me now. Delay is not the enemy. Indecision is. Delay will feed you if you prepare through it. Delay will build you if you believe through it. Delay will reveal the way, but only if you use it to strengthen your definiteness, not abandon it. Look at the life of Colonel Sanders. He began building his empire past the age of 60. He had been ignored, passed over, dismissed, but he used delay as his anvil. And when he moved with power that only time could give. Or consider Rockefeller. Quiet, slow, methodical. He did not rush. He did not panic. He used time like a weapon. While others chased noise, he prepared silently. And when the moment came, he was ready because he had not resisted the season of delay. You think you're late? You're not late. You are arriving. You are awakening. The waiting season was not a curse. It was your calling, disguised in silence. And now that you know it, you can stop complaining about it and start commanding through it. Say this with me now. Delay is preparation misnamed. What seemed like waiting was becoming. Every moment unseen was feeding my root. If the world had given you everything you wanted when you wanted it, you would have been crushed. You would have wasted it. You would have drifted from purpose and called it success. But God delayed you to develop you. And now the question is this: what will you do with what you've learned in the quiet? Will you waste it by retreating into shame, or will you use it as fuel and rise with a deeper fire than ever before? Because the man who rises from delay is a different kind of man. He does not panic. He does not chase. He walks. He moves. He builds with awareness. He does not beg for the fruit. He commands it with his preparation. You are not cursed. You are called. You are not punished. You are planted. And now you must emerge, not with doubt, but with dominion, not with apology, but with authority. Write this in your heart. Delay did not deny me, it defined me. I am not behind, I was becoming. And now that I know the truth, I rise. From this day forward, you do not complain about lost time. You redeem it, you use it, you draw from it. You let it feed your next move with power, because delay does not destroy the prepared. It equips him. And now that you are prepared, the season has shifted. The door has opened. The world is watching, and you must walk forward like a man who knows that every minute built him for this. Part 3, burning desire can still be ignited. You believe the fire is gone. You believe your time passed, that the spark you once felt has been smothered by delay, by duty, by discouragement. But I tell you this, desire does not die of time. It only dies of indecision. And if you choose now, you can ignite it again. Burning desire is not a gift of youth. It is not a byproduct of energy or chance. It is the product of thought, of will, of decision. It can be kindled in a young man, yes, but it burns brightest in the man who has tasted what failure costs and who refuses to leave the world as he found it. If you say, "It's too late for me," what you really mean is, "I have chosen to let go of my desire." But the truth is, you never had to let go. You only had to aim it again, fan it again, and if necessary, set fire to the old excuses that told you you couldn't. Go back to the first principle of think and grow rich. Not faith, not planning, not action, desire. I wrote that. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. Not luck, not timing, desire. And if you still want it, even if quietly, you are not finished. You do not need a calendar to validate your dream. You need decision. A man may waste 20 years and redeem them in a single act of burning clarity. If your fire feels small, it is because you stopped feeding it. Start again, speak again, move again, fan it again. Let me remind you of Edwin C. Barnes. He was not rich, he had no credentials, but he made one decision. I will become the business partner of Thomas Edison. And he said it not with logic, but with fire. He repeated it, he wrote it, he acted on it, and it became so. You may have doubted your fire because the world ignored it. But the world does not give permission to desire. It tests it. And only the man who refuses to quit, whose desire becomes a command, is allowed to make it real. If your fire is weak, speak louder. If your dream feels distant, step closer. If your past mocked your effort, let your future answer back. Because desire was not designed to be a wish. It was designed to be a weapon. Here is what I command you to do today. Write your definite chief aim. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Write it in present tense. Describe your desired outcome. Attach a deadline. Write what you will give in return. Read it aloud twice daily, every morning, every night, until it burns. Burning desire is fed by repetition. That is how the subconscious accepts it. And once it accepts it, it builds the blueprint to make it real, not by magic, not by chance, but by faith-backed action. You say you're tired? Good. Use it. You say you've been waiting? Then stop. You say you're older now? Even better. You have seen what you do not want. Now focus your entire force upon what you do and burn everything else to the ground. Say these words aloud now. Say them with force. I do not need time. I need fire. My desire is not old. It is eternal. The world bows to a man on fire. You have been afraid of wanting too much, afraid that wanting more will only hurt you again. But the truth is, not wanting is the greater pain. A man who does not want nothing has nothing. But the man whose desire is definite becomes magnetic. Stop waiting for emotion. Stop waiting to feel ready. Desire is not a feeling, it is a choice. You either permit it or suppress it. And now that you know this, you are responsible for what happens next. You have not missed your chance. You have only missed your decision. And decision, when mixed with desire, becomes power. And that power builds wealth, influence, freedom, peace, and legacy. Everything you truly want. So now I ask you, will you write your chief aim? Will you repeat it daily? Will you act on it regardless of fear? Will you reject the belief that it's too late and replace it with, it's finally time? Because I assure you, if you do, the world will not remember your delays. It will remember your result. And your result will come not from where you've been, but from what you do today. Burning desire is not an accident. It is a decision. And your entire life, your finances, your family, your health, your freedom, waits for you to decide. Part 4, fear of time is a form of drifting. The man who fears time has already lost control of his thought. He no longer governs his imagination. He is governed by it. And I tell you, time is not chasing you. You are chasing shadows. You do not fear being behind. You fear what others might think if they see you beginning late. That fear is not real. It is the whisper of the enemy called drift. In outwitting the devil, I expose the true source of mediocrity. Not sin, not failure, not lack of intelligence. It is drift, the invisible enemy, the silent killer, the slow erosion of definiteness. Drift is subtle. It makes a man look busy while remaining directionless. It wraps fear in logic and delay in distraction. And worst of all, it masquerades as wisdom. When you say, I should be further by now, who told you that? Who set that timeline? Who defined that pace? I will tell you who. A world lost in comparison. A world that confuses motion with meaning. A world that praises speed, but not accuracy. That world is drifting, and it wants you to drift with it. But you, my friend, must think accurately. You must separate what appears true from what is true. Because here is the fact. You are not